Welcome back to Horns High Studios for another episode of 666 Seconds of Murder. That means each one of these videos is less than 666 seconds or 11 minutes and 6 seconds. So no time to waste. Let's get to it. Please don't forget to like this video, drop a comment below. It does really help it get out there to more people just like you. If you're not a subscriber, then consider doing that to help this channel grow. I really appreciate that. Now, it's important to remember that this video is for informational purposes only. These are just my opinions and speculation. I'm not an expert, but I'm using good common sense to analyze this case. I'm not saying anyone is guilty of anything. All of what I discuss is alleged. Now, for this episode, I'd like to talk about something that has really pissed me off for many years now. It has to do with media bias. Now, I'm not ignorant to the fact that media is a huge business. The news networks rake in billions every year from advertisers, which of course get their money from us when we buy their products. So when you really think about it, we collectively are helping to pay for the mainstream media coverage on this case. Now, they've got the loudest voice on the block, so the amount of people they reach is absolutely staggering. And when it comes to advertising, that's why companies pay millions of dollars to run commercials on their programs. So it's funny, though, that whenever people bring up negative things about YouTube creators here on this platform, it usually goes to, at some point, you're just doing this for clicks and money. And yes, there are some people here on YouTube that do true crime that are making some serious money every month doing this. But how many of us work a job and don't get paid for it? People are successful to that degree by putting in a crazy amount of hours every week to keep that going. It is an incredible amount of work, and they should be paid for it. Creators who are successful here know their audience, know what they want to watch, and they provide it to them. So yes, the videos are for clicks, but you clicking on it means that we were successful in giving you something that you wanted to watch. So I don't think there's anything negative about that. Now, remember what I was saying about us being the ones helping to fund the mainstream media? Well, it works the same here on YouTube, but on a much lesser scale, at least for us true crime people. You guys watch these videos and either deal with the ads that come up, or you pay YouTube to be ad-free. Either way, your money is making these videos possible. So you do have the power to watch me, A.R. Hayes, Unfiltered Lucky, or all of us, or none of us. I mean, you could watch videos of babies farting if you wanted to. Those are pretty damn funny, I gotta say. But the big difference is that the creators on YouTube are doing true crime, that aren't in that top tier of those big subscriber channels that are bringing in bigger revenue, not making that kind of money. Most of us are kind of supplementing our income with this. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I put in 40 to 50 hours a week on everything related to Murder Metal Mayhem. That's the weekly podcast because I write a 10-page script for that every week. Then I write, produce, and perform 4 666 seconds videos each week. And now every other week, I'm doing a true crime deep cuts. I do all my own editing. I am a one-man show here. That doesn't count the time that I'm doing researching and watching videos, responding to comments, doing interviews, or other promotional type activities. And that doesn't even count the stuff I do for my metal channel or my fiction writing. So believe me, I am not complaining about this. I love doing this kind of stuff. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here. Most of us are that way. I know that AR and Lucky both are very similar attitude at this as I do, and that's why the three of us truly enjoy working together when we can. By the way, the three of us are going to be doing another live together on Monday, April 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern. You're going to be able to watch it on my channel and AR's channel. I'm not sure about Lucky's, but you can watch it right here if you want. You definitely are not going to want to miss it. We had so much fun last time, and you guys really liked it. So why do most people just believe the crap that the mainstream media is feeding them about Brian Kohberger? I mean, the truth is that most people are just lazy when it comes to that sort of thing. Most people just don't care enough about this case. So when they hear stuff about Brian stalking the girls and every other negative thing that they can drum up, they just believe it. If Bill Thompson had any scruples, he would have done a press conference as soon as the media started to talk about Brian stalking the victims. He could have told the whole world that it wasn't true, instead of waiting 18 months for it to slip out in a hearing about the survey that was done. The harm that was done to an impartial jury is unbelievable on just that point alone. Or better yet, they could have written a legitimate PCA that wasn't written by somebody with the writing skills of a junior high kid with some accurate information. That would have been even better. But if they had the goods on Brian Kohberger, they wouldn't need to play this sleight of hand crap. It's scary to think that most people are fooled by this. If people just stopped watching them, meaning the mainstream media, for this kind of coverage, then let's say they just watched everybody here on this platform. That would obviously change things. Then the networks would have to offer more balanced reporting to try to compete with the YouTube creators. And obviously that's not going to happen. But I'm just saying, in a perfect world, that would be the way to do it. Now, I had the misfortune of watching some of the coverage on NewsNation last week in regard to Brian Kohberger and the new alibi stuff. And of course, they were mocking the entire moon and stars stuff. They didn't even mention Cy Ray, the expert from the defense. I was really shocked, honestly. Now, I haven't watched them for months when it comes to this case because they're so ridiculously biased. So seeing it after that long of a break from it was really, really kind of weird. And they're still pushing the narrative of Brian turning off his phone during the time that the PCA says that the crimes happened. I mean, a simple Google search that I did, and I'm just a high school graduate. I did a Google search. How is cell service in Mawaiway, or however you say that, Park? And the first thing that came up, TripAdvisor. What did it say? There is no cell coverage. It's a canyon. So how did their staff of dozens and dozens of people, all college educated, I'm sure, not find that? Or did they find that and somebody at the producer or executive level made the call to let's not talk about that? I don't know. I mean, it seems odd that they're constantly in unison with the prosecution in this case. I mean, I'd hate to think that that kind of stuff is going on, but I'm, pretty sure that I'm right on. The media does seem very selective of what side they play based on whatever percentage they think their audience wants to hear, one side or the other. I mean, that would basically mean they're putting their finger up to the wind and making business decisions on every news story. Now, that's fine if you want to do that, but it should be told. People should know that that's a very biased opinion, but that's not happening. People take the news as the gospel, wouldn't even imagine them lying to them or misleading them, let's say. Now, keep in mind that just like the mainstream media has a bias, so does the true crime creators have a bias. Most of us are that way. I know I have a bias, of course. I try to offer opposing views to my arguments, but it is tough when I truly feel like I'm the one on the right track. But obviously, there are many people that oppose what I think that feel the same way, that they're on the right track. But I think that's healthy as long as it's done in a civil way. I expose myself to a blend of coverage, but I definitely lean toward the creators that align more with my beliefs in this case. Now, another difference to point out between the mainstream media and the YouTube creators is that most of us are doing this solo or with a very small group of people. Some utilize their audience to get help providing information, which I've done many times, and I appreciate that. That's what makes the true crime community so special. We love to solve puzzles and piece things together to figure out what happened. It's just in our blood. So don't miss my next live here on this channel, and that's Saturday, April 28th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central. I'll be live talking Idaho 4, taking your questions. Love to see you there. The last one we did, the first one on the channel, went really well. Love the turnout, so thank you very much. So come on and enjoy that with us. So let me know what you think about this one. Comment below and share your thoughts. I want to say thank you, though, to my friends in the Horns High Club. You guys are awesome. I do appreciate that support. And thank you to everybody that watches these videos. You guys are amazing. And we'll see you next time for another episode of 666 Seconds of Murder.